It's Madden NFL 24, and this one features Eric Kendricks.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the LA Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin here on this December Saturday, Week 16. What a weekend of football we have in store. 4 days worth of games. Had the Thursday nighter, 2 here on Saturday, a slate of 10 games tomorrow as you're wrapping those last-minute presents, and then 3 more Monday on Christmas Day.
So, quick question for you, partner. Is it possible that I can count this as a gift to all my friends, right? Rather than having to wrap up something else, I present you NFL football and a lot of it.
The second of 2 on this late season Saturday night. The Bills and Chargers, off we go in Week 16. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Well, here come the Bills for their first possession, led out by their 27-year-old quarterback in year 6. It's Josh Allen.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Allen now on first down. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy.
Touchdown, Bills! Gabriel Davis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Chargers as they get set for their first drive. They'll be led out by a 5th-round pick in the 2019 draft out of North Dakota State. It's Easton Stick.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
1st and 10, Stick. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Stick looking to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Terrell Bernard has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Now Stick. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Gregory Rousseau. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Deontay Hardy back deep. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 75. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Off play action, it's Stick. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. They're going to go play action now with Stick. Steps away. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this 1st quarter. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the 1st. We'll see what they've drawn up. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the 1st half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Bass on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but and the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it is 28-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Rolling to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Gregory Rousseau able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Stick back to pass. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. Here's Hardy set to return. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. 2nd and 6. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And, Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Stick looks to throw. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Allen going to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. And we'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
They'll throw on second down his stick. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Harris will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal. Throwing now is Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown of the night. And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10. Here's Stick on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 2nd and 10, it's Stick. Caught by Allen. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. On the return, Hardy. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 1st down, Allen. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
3rd quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Allen to throw it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Stick from the gun. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A shotgun throw for Stick. And this one too low.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It's taken to the 26. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
From midfield, here's Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Now Allen. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into the season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Gregory Rousseau make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. On 2nd down, it's Stick. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Stick, 3rd and long. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. That's taken it around the 40. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. So Allen's going to look to throw. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Mac Jones. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Pats and the Bills, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
We are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin on this final day of 2023, New Year's Eve. Folks are fine-tuning their resolutions. Fitness clubs ready for that January boon. But these two teams have one more important piece of business to take care of before the count. The final 2-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway Week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Well, the Patriots offense set to go to work with Mac Jones at quarterback in his 3rd season now out of Alabama.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be.
Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Damian Harris, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
Breaks a tackle. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Gabriel Davis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And And the Bills take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is in his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
They run once more with Stevenson.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground, and they want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week, north of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Throwing, Jones.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Now Jones. Flushed out right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
And Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. They're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD, and you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now, here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season, because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. New England's offense set to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Inside the 10. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Bass on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No run back here for Jones. A touchback. That pick 6 just a moment ago. Things went from bad to worse. Look up at the scoreboard now. Not looking good here. We'll see if they can put something together on this drive. 1st and 10. Jones, another shot here after the pick 6. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Jones. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Operating from the gun, Jones. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he's going to go down again. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, here's Stevenson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because
that's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs. Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guys covering take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 28-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2.
But CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Again, it's Stevenson.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now Jones.
He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. 1 yard gain.
Brings up
Second and 9.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset.
Now second and 9.
They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Jones now to throw on second down. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Now hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So first and 10 now from the 30. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Bills. Dawson Knox, 30 yards. And the Bills are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. New England trying to get a place on offense. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's Jones on first down.
And that's complete downfield to Parker.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake. Jones
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones under pressure, and they got to him again. Matt Milano in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Uncorks one for Davis. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go...
It's Week 18 of the National Football League, and we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Dolphins and the Bills, coming up next.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, it's January 7th, but... Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did. But he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Tua sets up to pass it. Out to the left. That's where the tight end Moreau is. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Deontay Hardy back deep.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Returnable here from the 38.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown.
Gabriel Davis with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Barrios deciding not to bring it out.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now Tua. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jalen Waddle there, but now it'll be 3rd down. You look at this Buffalo defense.
They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurt.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Von Miller coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
Here's Hardy set to return. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Dawson Knox, 51 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Here's Bass now for the extra point.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
And this will be a touchback. Barrios deciding not to bring it out.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And this drive will begin with a run from A-Chain.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, this defense for the Bills, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. A-Chain here. They stay on the ground.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
A-Chain now up the middle. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Here's Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Under pressure, they got him again. Carlos Basham, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. A give up the middle to H.A. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, Hardy.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. No!
Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
A final shot before half for Allen. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we send you up to Orlando to check. Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it.
Stephon Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Bills come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Bass on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
Tua going to throw. And he'll find Moreau here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. H.A. on 1st and 10. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tua. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Ed Oliver able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And to the left side here, Wilson. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Defense.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Back now in Miami. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Allen now on 1st down. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dalton Kincaid with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Tyler Bass, the kickoff for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests. But in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Milano with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year, 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020s, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
Here's Sam Martin now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Miami set to take over. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety.
Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters. And this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
So Allen's going to look to throw.
And this is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
They'll try to run with Harris. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in after
Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Colts and the Bills, and it's coming up next.
Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here at Orchard Park. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that
in the AFC Championship game. Off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
and he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2. But his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And right away, he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
25 yards that time. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll try and run with Harris. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And this time he is in. Damian Harris taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game, how about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. He'll get the hook up there to Woods. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Third and long for Richardson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. He'll take it at the 42. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And this one is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one is no good. He missed it. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Meanwhile, Richardson's throw will be caught by McKenzie. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. But Richardson has to get them to the line in a hurry now. Now Richardson looking to throw on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a first down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he put...
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Over the middle, complete. That's McKenzie. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 16.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Now Richardson.
And it's caught.
And the Colts are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Back to the air with Richardson.
He's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Josh Downs.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Colts have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Deontay Hardy.
He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Win or go home. That's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for the Bills touchdown.
Gabriel Davis,
77 yards.
And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And that time he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, is what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Shreds him with a stiff arm, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Richardson looking to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That was Jordan Poyer, the safety, in for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Richardson to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dorian Williams. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up fourth down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And taken at the 46. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield, because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way full steam, and he broke that one up.
Second and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. Allen. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Uncorks one for Davis. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Here's Bass now for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Indy set to go on offense once more. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line. That's the end of the third.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AF. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Richardson now on 2nd down. He'll get this off to Taylor.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they use your boy over there, the 12th. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see.
A throw for Pittman is intercepted.
Teron Johnson able to pick it. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And the Bills getting set to go.
And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Allen off the play fake. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bills are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Ready, break. Let's go now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Richardson out of the shotgun. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Richardson. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Richardson yet again. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. 2nd down, here's Richardson. Then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively in the fourth quarter here, you've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Now Richardson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. I thought they might try the sneak, but what they had planned turned out much better.
It certainly did, and let's face it, when you run the sneak there, that's probably the better percentage play to pick up the 1st down. But if you have confidence in your offensive line that you won't allow any breakthroughs by the defensive front, you run what they did there. Let the big guy take the football, who runs it a little bit better, and pick up the yardage.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he's going to go down, sacked right around the 17. And Oliver. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. 3rd and goal. Try to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Richardson now on 3rd and goal. And that one too wide and incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdown.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew.
It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Buffalo. It's the Jaguars and the Bills on Sunday night.
Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here at Orchard Park. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the first Wyoming quarterback to go in the first round, standing 6'5". It's Josh Allen.
And we talked about it last week, the pressure of not just playing in the playoffs and now in the championship game as they try to close out a perfect 19-0 season. Of all the games they've played, though, this year, this is far and away the toughest one. If they find a way to win it, guess what the next one will be? The toughest one they've played. That's what happens when you have a perfect record on the line.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
From the gun, it's Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play here for Buffalo. 43 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw, it's Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for 28 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Damian Harris, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And Bigsby once more. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third down and 1. From the gun, Bigsby. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. Here's a give to Bigsby. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Take him down. The Bills get to him. Gregory Rousseau with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. AFC title game, second quarter action. 2 minutes to play. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Deontay Hardy back deep. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it. Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Going deep for Diggs. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball.
but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Uncorks one for Davis. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis taking it in. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Bass on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. And now out come the Jags. And work with me here. Is this overhyped or not? You've got a warm weather team on the road in January, and it's cold. What's the deal? Is that a factor? Is it not a factor?
I think a lot of it depends on the personality of your head coach and how you prepare for things. And some things you just can't prepare for. If you're coming from a warm weather site, you can't make it cold enough like it is here in this ball game. But what you can do is just tell guys, dress for the weather and then play like we always play. And as the game goes along, typically those guys out there playing, you warm up enough that it really shouldn't affect you quite the same way. Now, if that's all you talk about, if you put that in the heads of your players, it'll affect them in a big way.
Gregory Rousseau in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
On 3rd down, here's Bigsby. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we send you down to Orlando. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And we will not have a run back here as the 2nd half starts with a touchback. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. And they have work to do in the 2nd half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
A tackle made by Dorian Williams. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And out will come the offense as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you've certainly got to be on your toes defensively when you're facing Josh Allen. He can hit you from any angle. He's got arguably the strongest arm in the business, and he uncorks a deep one here. But that one falls incomplete.
Allen looks to throw on second down. Escapes the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Now we've got a timeout for an injured player, and oh, this is certainly notable. That's Josh Allen, who's in some pain out there. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. First throw now for the backup Allen. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Browns touchdown. Gabriel Davis with his second touchdown of the night. And the Bills continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And it is now 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. Back now in Buffalo. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. A quick throw there is incomplete. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Lawrence on 3rd down. That is caught. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Gregory Rousseau in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Lawrence. And the pressure gets to him again. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may put a period on this AFC Championship game. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Finding Knox there, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Damian Harris, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bills are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it is 28-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Jaguars back with it on offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 75 yards. And the Jags are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. On the return, Deontay Hardy. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So Allen's going to look to throw. Uncorks one for Davis. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Allen off the play fake. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Bills are going to the Super Bowl as we say goodnight, everybody.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Cowboys and the Bills, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Buffalo Bills taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. As I've been all year long with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, this has been brewing for a few years now, but the Bills are finally over the hump and back in the Super Bowl.
And as everyone in the Bills Mafia would tell you in a heartbeat, looking to win it for the first time ever. Remember, they went to 4 straight in the 90s, couldn't get the job done, but as you have said, they've been on the climb the last few seasons, and here they are, ready to close the deal.
Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the wait is over. This has been, of course, one of the preeminent franchises in American sports history. They've had a bumpy ride along the way, but they're back in the Super Bowl for the first time since Super Bowl 30 in 1996.
And partner, when you say this is the first time back in the Super Bowl since 1996, Super Bowl 30, I'm blown away. One of the preeminent franchises in the NFL. You would have thought they'd been here multiple times since then. The Cowboys want to add another Super Bowl title and bring it home to Dallas.
And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the 7th overall pick in 2018 from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
This 2nd and 4. On play action, Prescott. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion. everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident, I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this. Super Bowl's unlike any other game you're going to play.
And now he's starting out 0 for 2. We'll see if he can rebound. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills ready to take over. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do, and what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines, because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate them and really say thanks, because he threw the interception. It didn't turn into any points.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
They run. First carry for Damian Harris. There he goes, right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen going deep for Diggs. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who have been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll run again with Harris. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Harris. Shoves him away. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Damian Harris, a 6-yard touchdown second quarter. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up.
What I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him and let him cap things off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Terrell Bernard from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. They need 18 yards here on third down. Handoff coming left is Vaughn. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Hardy set to return. Nifty move. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 85 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Touchdown, Bills! Dawson Knox, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Bills continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. This will come out to the 25. It's Lewis going to opt to not return it. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something, being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there, caught by Gallup. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So it's halftime here on Sports Grandest State. One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
Vaughn on 1st and 10. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And he will have a Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Prescott, and he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. On the return, Hardy. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Play action. Now it's Allen. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Micah Parsons. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To the air, Allen. And Diggs has it. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Here's Lewis to return.
Well, goes a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
This is 1st and 10.
Prescott looks to throw on first.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Here comes 2nd down.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson. What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. That one looks like he'll throw here.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
Gabriel Davis,
36 yards.
and the Bills are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Allen will try to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Jair Elam makes a pick. And the Bills are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Micah Parsons, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Going deep for Diggs. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And these Bills make the 90s seem like a distant memory. Buffalo is the Super Bowl champion. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.